don't have children. And I couldn't hit it back. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I wasn't educated on after me. I don't know if I hear picking this. Why you should believe in God. Hey guys, hey, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Chevelle. You can call me Chev. Welcome back to that. So Chev, welcome back to another Vlogmas video. Today is CHEVMAS day 5. How are you guys doing today? Comment down below. Before we get into today's video, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. As the video suggests, today is a story time, okay? Today's story time is one that I sometimes try to forget. One that's quite emotional sometimes. We are sipping on some water. I'm on a water diet, just drinking water, okay? All right. So today, I'm going to be telling you guys about how the hospital did not want to give me my newborn. So it was July 24th. Yeah, July 24th, 2020, the year that a lot of us wish never existed, or a lot of things we wish never existed in 2020. So I was pregnant with my firstborn. I'm going to give you guys a little backstory. In March of 2020, I was admitted into the hospital because I have fibroids. With my firstborn, I had 3 fibroids. And I was having a lot of pain, excruciating pain, and it was very excruciating. So we decided that here was hospital. So we went to the hospital, and at this time, my husband and I had just gotten married. Like a couple of days ago, we had just got married. So we went to the hospital, and I was checking into the hospital. They asked me my first and my last name. I gave them my first name. My husband was standing next to me. And then the person that was registering me, he was like, "Oh, sir, you can't be here." I said, "That's my husband." And he was like, "Yeah, but he can't be here." So in the same breath, my husband left. He asked my husband, he asked me. He said, "Oh, you said I was your husband, so that means you're married." I said, "Yes." So he said, "What's your marital name?" So I gave him a marital name. We got checked in. They brought me upstairs. I was admitted for a couple of days. Nothing serious. They said it's just the pain from the fibroids. All right, cool. Fast forward to July 24th. I was due for a clinic visit at Victoria Jubilee. I was high risk because I had 3 fibroids. One was as big as the baby's head. Hence why his head is so big right now, right? One was as big as his head. So I was high risk. I was scheduled for regular checkup, went to get my checkup. On our way there, I wasn't feeling so great. I wasn't feeling so wonderful. I was very moody, very, very moody. Light pain, not painful, but just very moderate. I have a very high pain tolerance. So pain that I could manage. Hubby and I, we got there and everything. And we went in. Before we went in, everything coming like it wanted to. Everything seemed as if it wanted to go wrong. Okay? Everything seemed like it wanted to go wrong. Usually, hubby's with me every doctor's visit, but this time he had something to do. He went to go do what he had to do. And my name called, or my number called. I went in. When I went in, I was going in. When I was going in, security said, "Oh no, your dress is too short." I was like, "Oh, so I can go home," because I was already miserable. I didn't want to be there. So you telling me that my dress is short is like a perfect reason for me to go home. So I called my husband. I was like, "Listen, they said my dress is too short. Can I go home, please?" He was like, "No, Chev. I think you need to go to your appointment." And I was like, babe, I'm really not in the mood for this. Can we just come back another day? He was like, no, you need to go to your appointment. I'm going to buy a dress for you. He was already downtown. So he went ahead. He bought the dress. All right, cool. I called my cousin and we were on the phone. I was just yapping to her and I was telling her how miserable I was, how miserable I felt. And she was like, Chev, but you got to go. Da, 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 da. And I was not hearing it because I was very, very miserable and in somewhat of pain. Okay, hubby came. I went in and I changed. Went and changed. Went through the whole process, urine test, this, that. Went through it all. Okay, cool. Doctor checked me. I'm 2 centimeters dilated. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, you're 2 centimeters dilated. She was like, I'm going to give you a sweep. I was like, what? So she was like, this is going to hurt. Hold on to the wall. Listen to me. If you've never had a child before and you've never had a pelvic sweep, don't have children. Don't have children. Is it a pelvic sweep? It's when the lady said she's going to send her hand up in there. I held on to the wall and I was trying to grip the wall. Okay. I was looking for something to grip and I couldn't find anything to grip. Anyways. All right. Found out we're dilating, about to have a baby. Called my husband. I said, hey, we're about to have a baby. He was like, I knew it. From how you've been behaving from morning, something was just off. I was like, yeah, whatever. We're about to have a baby. So they sent me upstairs, did all that I need to do, check in. What's that thing that you take? Enema, take the enema, which is a thing that allows you to release your bowels, because you need to release your bowels before you have a child. And don't feel no way if you do have a child and you do release your bowels while you're having a child. It's normal. Okay. Yeah. So did all that, did the whole process, everything. All right, cool. Now, for some reason, my water does not break on its own. It always has to be broken. So, I was at 4 centimeters for a very long time. They were wondering why I wasn't progressing. And then eventually the doctor decided to break my water. She broke my water. Going through my process. Hello, I was there feeling pain. The pain was hitting me and I couldn't hit it back. And if you know me, when I feel pain, I hit back pain, okay? I hit it with a force, but I couldn't hit it back. I had to take everything. So I was there feeling all the pain in the world. All right, cool. Feel like I'm ready to do number 2. And I told the nurse, and the nurse checked because I wasn't screaming. I wasn't doing any of that. I was barely even breathing. When I say I was barely even breathing, like no joke, I was barely even breathing. Okay. Nurse came, she checked and she was like, oh, you're fully dilated. I was like, oh, we're about to have a baby. Okay. So went in, had the baby. Bear in mind, something that I left out, right? On my docket is 2 names, or they created 2 dockets for me. They created a docket in my marital name, and they created a docket in my maiden name. So now I had 2 dockets. Sometimes I'm hearing my marital name. Sometimes I'm hearing my maiden name, right? I thought it was 1 docket. Turns out it was 2. You guys are going to find out why later. So, baby comes. Baby is big. While I'm in the labor room, the nurse is like, that's a big baby. Because it's by his head just coming out. His head was literally just there and they're waiting on me to have my contraction to finish push, and they're there having a whole conversation. I'm like, nurse, I'm going to pass out. She's like, no, you're good. And she continues to have her conversation. I'm like, nurse, I'm going to pass out. She's like, no, you're fine. Let me know when you get a next contraction. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Am I going to die here? You see, it's a good thing. My trust is in the Lord, my God, Jesus Christ. Okay. I prayed months before I went into labor. I prayed every day before I had this child. Okay? So pushed him out, healthy, big, bouncing. They suctioned him, gave him oxygen a little bit because he had fluid where fluid wasn't supposed to be. When he came out, he wasn't crying. I can remember that moment so vividly. Oh my gosh. When he came out, the first thing I said was hallelujah. First thing I said was hallelujah. Because that year, a lot of young girls were dying from childbirth. So I literally gave God thanks when he came out. All right, cool. Have babies, healthy babies, good. He has on his wrist, I have on my wristing, where everybody's cool, right? All right, cool. Did I have on a wristing? I don't remember that part. Anyways, yeah. So the next day, you know, his color is kicking in and everything. He looks kind of yellowish. He's brown, but I'm just like, oh, that's his skin color. And then I'm looking at his ears and I'm looking at his ears are dark. So I'm like, oh, he's going to get darker. So I went to go get what's the first shot that they take? I don't remember the first shot. I don't remember it right now. That was many, many years ago. But the first shot that they take after they get, after they're born, we went to go take that. The nurse was like, oh, the baby, you're yellow. You look like him have jaundice. In my head, I said, I bind that up in Jesus' name, because what is jaundice even in the first place? I wasn't educated on what jaundice was. So, yeah. Hubby came, visited us, everything, whatever. Nurse came in the same time and she said, Mommy, tomorrow, bright and early tomorrow morning, they're going to come and take baby. Baby has jaundice and we need to get him on treatment right away. I was like, okay. The next morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, they came and they took him, brought him down to nursery. I got released that day. Funny enough, I had CXCs to take that day as well. So I wanted to see him. I couldn't see him because I had my CXC. Hubby really wanted me to go do my CXC because I had studied so much up until that he wanted me to just do it and get it out of the way. So hubby went to go look for him. I didn't get to look for him. Went to go look for him the next day. When I went to go look for him the next day, he had tubes down his throat. And if you know me, I mean any mother, any mother. When I saw my baby and my baby had tubes down his throat and everything, I was like, what the heck is going on? I was almost at the ground and another mommy was like, no, calm down, relax. She held onto my hand. She's like, it's okay. Because her baby also had tubes down their throat. And I'm just like, no, but it was just jaundice. So how did we get there? What are we doing here? What do you mean? That is what my brain was doing. And somebody was like, oh, you can take him up. I was like, no. Because if I take him up and the cord moves, what happens? I don't know. I'm not touching him. I am not touching my child. And then I'm the reason for something to go wrong. 2 babies died on the ward. So none of us as parents were able to hear what was wrong with our babies or what is going on with our babies. We had to wait for the doctors, and the doctors were so exhausted from trying to resuscitate newborns, trying to keep newborns alive. I remember that so vividly. The ward was just so still, so quiet, so stiff. It was just, you could cut the air if possible. So we were there and waiting for a doctor. No doctor comes around. And, we all started getting frustrated. The doctor said, parents, we just lost 3 babies. Sorry, but we can't attend to you guys right now. What do you mean? Call another bunch of doctors and come down here, come tell us what is going on with our children. I'm sorry that their children died. I have sympathy and empathy for them, but I would like to know, why is my child who is being treated for jaundice now have a tube down his throat? What do you mean? Anyways, cool. Come back the next day. I think the tube was still down his throat. I'm not sure. I don't remember the next day. right? Waited, and I decided I'm not moving until I see a doctor. Doctor comes. Doctor barely can speak English, so I have no idea what doctor is saying. I decided I'm not moving. When visiting hours are over, I decided I'm not moving. I need another doctor to come tell me what is going on with my baby. Another doctor the same doctor that was trying to resuscitate the babies the day before, she started going around. And I waited. She came my side. And I was like, Doc, is it possible you can tell me what's going on with my baby? Because I have no idea what's going on with my baby. Because the first doctor, they didn't explain anything and I didn't understand. So she went through the baby's docket. She said, first and foremost, all these babies are too close to each other. Remember, this is COVID time. She said, first and foremost, all these babies are too close together. Then she looked at the docket and she said, your baby, I don't remember the name. She said, your baby has an infection that's upsetting his stomach and preventing him from being able to digest his food. And all the babies currently, at the moment on that section, was having the same issue. So she said to me, your baby's going to be on antibiotics for a couple of days, maybe a week, depends on how your baby takes the medication. Your baby's going to be on antibiotics, and then we can go from there. So I understood that. Okay. So I was like, all right, cool. Now remember, I just had a baby. I'm here, my ball every night, my ball for my baby, my ball. I have him Saturday. I wasn't released until Monday. I don't remember what day I got him. I think I got him about Friday. We prayed. Went back Friday. When I went Friday, I'm looking for my baby. I can't find my baby. I walked up and down the aisle. I can't find my baby. Where is my baby? Where is my child? Where is the child? Can't find him. So mine said, go up a top. Just walk and look in all the cots them. I walked and looked in all the cots, go up the top. When I went and I looked, he was all the way at the front. So I'm like, okay, what you doing up here? So I look and I see DC. It's like, DC, what does DC mean? Does DC mean? DC, what does DC mean? Are we going home, baby? So I looked and I said to her father, I said, do you know what DC means? He said, I think it means discharge. I just sit still and just wait. They called my name. They said, because baby, for those who don't have children, right? Here in Jamaica, when your child gets admitted, your child is not going to be called by the child's name that you put on a birth certificate. The child is going to be called by the mother's name. So they said, Chevelle. They called my marital last name. I was like, yes. They're like, baby's getting discharged today. I was like, yes. They said, go get baby's thing. Baby's getting discharged. I was like, yes. To get my ID. I went to get my ID and I went to get baby's change of clothes and everything. Because every day, me I walk with him change of clothes. Every day, me I walk with him going home clothes. And the lady looked at my ID. When she looked at my ID, the nurse looked at my ID. She saw my first name, maiden name. And the docket has my first name, my marriage name. My first name and my marriage name. She was like, but the name on the ID and the name on the docket don't match. I said, so I start explaining to her. The lady start load up. The lady said, but after me don't know if I hear picking this. I said, what you mean? I said, the name on the ID and the name on the docket is the same name. It's just my last names are different. I said, because I just got married. I got married in March. So she was like, so she called her head nurse. And her head nurse are talking, and her head nurse was like, yeah, if she just get married in March, then she's not gonna have the paperwork. Just my daddy I feed my baby, you know. Me I wait for her. She go outside to the security and she said, she cussed because she said, oh, no letting the girl here and the name with upon the docket and the name with upon the baby is not the same name. How is it that me and somebody else are gonna have the same first name? We're gonna be the same age. everything is going to be the same, but the last name. Lady, make it make sense. When people walk into the hospital and just when nurses walk in pretending to be nurses and they just walk in and take up people's babies, when did it ask them? No, but me is the rightful mother and I can't get my picking. I can't get my child. Now, I'm not a confrontational person, so I was calm, cool, and collective. I just sat there and I just watched everything that was going on. And I'm just like, okay. But when I tell you this lady's at the top of her lungs, she's at the top of her lungs and being rude. My baby's on my breast. Huh? Lady, take the baby off of your breast. Come not even know if I you're picking it up. I not even know if I you're a baby that take the baby off of your breast. So me I look on her. So she said, in order for you to get the baby here, you're gonna need to carry me the green paper where your JP sign, where your pastor sign, where the pastor sign. You have to go carry me a photo with the pastor will marry on the sign. And you have to go carry me your husband, and your husband have to go come here. So I said, okay. Now I'm processing all that she needs. All right, me can't go home for the green paper. But she's asking for my pastor to sign a photo. Who married us must sign a photo, which is my pastor at the time. And I'm just thinking, that's way in Spanish tone. So I said to her, quick question. If I can get all of this done today, can I come? This is no visiting hours is about to finish. I said, can I get back my baby today? She kissed her teeth and walk away. She kissed her teeth and walk away. Put on the baby. I push him back to the corner. I'm going to walk out with tears in my eyes. I never cry in front of she. I'm going to make sure she see me a ball. But when I walked out, I cried. Tears are roll. Security saw me. Security did like me. Female security, she did like me because she liked my toes. She was like, yo, you got some pretty feet. And them say, you know, mama, just go and go take care of what you need to take care of. Come back for your baby. I reach from the bus, call my husband, I start telling me about it. Another nurse came on the bus and she sat next to me. And she was like, when I came off the phone, I started telling my husband about everything. So when I came off the phone, she's like, Mommy, I don't mean to intrude on your conversation, but I need you to relax, okay? Remember, you just gave birth, and if you're not careful, you will end up back in the hospital without your baby. So just do what you need to do so that you and your baby can get back together. And I'm going to tell you now, you see God? You see Jehovah God, in the name of Jesus Christ, do not mess with my heavenly Father. Do not mess with the man who sits on the throne. You see, if you don't believe in a God, I'm going to tell you why you should believe in God. Let me tell you today why you should believe in God. I called my pastor and I explained everything to him. And I asked him, where is he? He said, oh, I'm in Constant Spring. I said, sir, perfect. Perfect. I said, sir, can I go home, get what I need, and meet you back in Constant Spring, please? I said, sir, this is my baby. My baby can get discharged. And I really want my baby to get discharged. I can't wait till no other day. I don't know when you're going to be available again. Can you wait, please? No, my pastor is the type of pastor where him not wait. But, you see, God, he waited. First and foremost, it was God that made him be in Constant Spring at the time. Okay? He could have been in Spanish Town, or he could have already been home. But he was in Constant Spring, and Constant Spring is on the way to my destination. Okay? So he said, okay. I went home, got my documents. Everything won't go wrong. The enemy won't give me every reason for start cussing and start be miserable. But come and get one bus. Get the bus. Bus driver no want move. You know the bus thing go already. Bus driver take long. This time my husband and I didn't have a car. Bus driver don't want to move out. I'm daddy, I try to be calm, cool, and collective because I realize that God is working on our behalf. When the bus driver got do a thing where him overtake one next man and almost cause an accident, or him touch the next man vehicle. I don't quite remember. Bus driver drive, you know say when the bus driver drive and go down, you know say bus driver and the next driver, the bus driver jump off of the bus, take out him cutlass, and I go outside for go war. I say not on my time when me I go for my baby. You know say I jump off of that. I jumped off of that and I looked to see if another bus was coming or a taxi. At this point, I just want to jump in anybody's vehicle. Can you just drop me at Constant Spring, please? I won't take up much space. I'll sit on the roof I'll sit in the back, in the trunk if you need me to. I just need to get to Constant Spring to my pastor, okay? Thanks be to God. Either I think the very same bus drove off or another bus did come. I had already called my husband and I told him what was happening. So he was trying to get to Constant Spring to meet with my pastor because he also had a photo of me in his wallet. So he would just get that signed. To God be the glory, the both of us reached Constant. Pastor signed. When he signed, handed it over to me, I just told him, thank you. And I just went on about my merry way. Right? We reached the hospital, reached upstairs. Not sure if we were going to be able to collect the baby, but we decided that we're going to try anyway. If not, we just come back tomorrow. Reach upstairs and let them know that we were here. Let them know that I was a girl from earlier, here to collect my baby. When I reach in, get the lady all of the documents them. And she did it and she looked at the documents them. And then she's like, oh, go take up your miserable pitney. Remember, I'm a child of God. So, we're not going to make because of she, we lose with salvation. So, I just go get my baby. Remember, I'm a new mom. At this time, I had natural hair and I still look like a young girl, but I wasn't a young girl. I was a good 20 enough, right? I was in the latter part of my 20s. So I had the baby in my lap. And I was changing his clothes. This is my first child, right? But new bud, no nothing. Baby in my lap and I'm changing him. One nurse come round and she's like, oh, you need to take the baby out of your lap. I can't bother with a young mother, Wouldn't it have been best if you had said to me, hey, mommy, babies, you don't change them in your lap, your hair, because they will just push into your stomach and push off themselves. So it is best if you just put him in the cot and change him in the cot. Wouldn't it have been best if they did that? It would have been best, don't it? But they didn't. But anyways, you see this girl, I know how to ignore you and I know how to make you feel like I didn't hear you, but I heard you. When I tell you, pure attitude, the wall of them in there give me pure attitude. Like a me are the problem. No. If you guys had did some checks, you would have seen that there were 2 dockets. They had 2 dockets. It was the hospital's mistake. They were the gentleman who checked me in, he was the one who made the mistake and made 2 dockets. Why would you make 2? Why is there 2 dockets? Why would you not just put my first maiden and marital name together? Why would you not just do that? Wouldn't that make more sense? No, it didn't make sense at all. So I had to suffer for it. So you see, when I had AJ, everything was still the same. When I had AJ, we make sure, and AJ was also sent to nursery for jaundice. But because he's a chocolate boy, you wouldn't have seen that he had jaundice. But when they did their little test, they saw that he had jaundice. So you see, when it was time for him to be released, I walk with my certificate. I walk with my ID. I walk with everything on this God-given earth so that they give me my child, because I was playing no game. Listen, I pray that I never have to go through this ever again. I would never, ever, 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 ever want anyone to go through what I went through. I don't even think I told you guys how bad it was. I think I sugarcoated it and I think I made it seem like, but the lady, she dogged me up in there. She loaded me up. She loaded me up. Everybody was looking at me. And if you know me, I don't like confrontation. I don't like everybody staring at me. She loaded me up. But it's okay. We're over it now. Man, we're bigger and better. We're better than that. So she's quite all right. Our bread butter on two sides, because my baby boy is now 5 years old. A handsome little 5 years old. A thriving little 5 years old. He is mine. Okay? He is mine. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. Please remember, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And if you enjoyed the story time, please let me know down in the comments below. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye.